Are you serious? Are you serious? Ted Cruz had a very good Saturday, winning two of the caucuses. He won the Kansas caucus and the Maine caucus, while Donald Trump won the Kentucky caucus and the Louisiana primary. Ted Cruz also at CPAC won the straw poll there. So it was a very powerful weekend for him, splitting with Trump 2-2 going into tomorrow's four states. Cruz is hanging in a very strong second place. Matter of fact, 384 delegates for Trump, 300 for Ted Cruz, 151 for Marco Rubio, and 37 for John Kasich. But there was a very sad situation happen. The pastor who actually introduced Ted Cruz to the podium in Boise, Idaho, later, and that was on Saturday. The next day, the pastor was shot 4 times in the back, including in the skull, after praying with presidential candidate Ted Cruz. There is a manhunt underway for the man that shot him. This pastor is a former Marine as well, and Tim Remington is his name. He put his arm around Ted Cruz on Saturday and delivered a rousing invocation at the campaign rally in Idaho. But now Pastor Tim Remington is on the receiving end of a lot of prayers after being shot in the skull and in the back 4 times after his Sunday sermon. Now, folks, this is 2 Sundays in a row that a pastor has been shot. One was the weekend before. A pastor in Ohio was shot dead in the pulpit by his brother. And of course, but this here, I believe this is tied to the presidential campaign. I believe that this was some type of retaliation to this pastor for supporting Ted Cruz. And I don't know. I mean, that's just a guess. But early this morning, authorities have identified the suspect in this unholy shooting. He's a 30-year-old local man and a former Marine named Kyle Andrew Odom. Kyle Odom. Now, I said the pastor was a former Marine. I misspoke. The man who shot the pastor is the former Marine. Kyle Odom shot him 4 times in the back. One hit the skull. Some of the members of Remington's church at the Altar Church speculated the shooting might have stemmed from the pastor's efforts to help drug addicts, including Kyle Odom. Remington's supporters, though, meanwhile, called his survival nothing short of a miracle. He is still alive. Prayers are going up for him. We do not know what his physical condition is at this moment, but you can imagine being shot 4 times with one of those shots in the back of the head. But we're still waiting for more information as it relates to the condition of the pastor, Pastor Tim Remington. But imagine this. The day before you're shot, you are introducing a potential president of the United States, a presidential candidate who's currently in second place, and that is Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Anyway, it's pray for the pastor. This is significant information, and the Republican debate and contest continues to march on. It is getting uglier, and this is why I say pray for all 6 candidates still in the race. Hillary Rodham Clinton and Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump and Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and John Kasich. All 6 of these individuals are in harm's way, believe me. And matter of fact, the death threats on Donald Trump have now superseded those that were on President Barack Obama when he was running in 2008. Trump wears a bulletproof vest under his shirt now, and his jacket, his coat and jackets are bulletproof bulletproof coats. And so this is why at some of his rallies, which of course are huge, 20, 30,000 people, he has a Secret Service, of course, but he also has other detailed security. And that's why a lot of folks are being removed when they start protesting or in any negative way toward him. You know, they have to be very careful at what that may mean. And if you're Ted Cruz, you got to be concerned that the very pastor who introduced you gets shot 4 times the next day. You know that's got to be weighing heavy on you. So pray for all these folks. Pray for America. We've got to take back America, and it's not through guns. It's not through hatred. It's not through envy and strife, but it's through prayer. To be quite honest with you, we need God back in this nation, and it's going to require prayer, folks. Seriously. So anyway, pray for all the candidates and pray for this pastor that was shot. God bless all of you. I'll be back with more current world events, how they relate to Bible prophecy. Do not miss today's live broadcast. Starts at 12 noon Eastern. My guest, Russ Dizdar, who shatters the darkness. And of course, as he deals with satanic ritual abuse throughout the world and deals with warlocks, witches, wizards, and voodoo and hoodoo and every other kind of curse that's being sent upon the body of Christ, he takes on them as well as his powerful information that he is going to share with us on the rise of the Antichrist. So we're truly living in the last days, and this is a year like we've never seen before. And as Christians, you need to stand up, stand tall, and know that greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. God bless.